Hello. We're gonna wait for a little while. I'm gonna actually use my phone internet. I do not trust my home internet. Be right back. I want to talk to you about something really simple. It's very important. Discipline is like a muscle. That muscle. Right. Hi, I'm Reynaldo Gunawan. I'm an engineer and a certified neuroencoder specializing in burnout and overwhelm. And I do this. I'm live to be available to discuss with you because I want to learn more and I want to also share. So this is a moment of discussion. What I want to bring about, what I want to share with you, it comes after. Important is that we get everything discussed together. So if you have any question, leave it in the chat and we discuss it together. That's why I'm here for. That's why we're doing this every single week so that we build the momentum to go on with our lives so that we don't forget where we are because 4 months has passed, right? In 2 months it's going to be the middle of the year again. My gosh, guess that. Time flies so fast if we are not conscious about it. And that's why we're doing this every week so that we are conscious of our actions. So we know where we're going. We know what we've achieved already. And that gets me excited. All right, let's get back to our topic today. Since there's no question yet, I want to focus back to this discipline that we're talking about. And the fact that I want to share this with you is because I notice it in my own life. Again, after going on holiday, I found it hard to get back to the routine. It took me effort to get back to my routine. You know, that's the moment where I think, okay, you know what? After a while, I want to get back to where I was before, right? That's where after being away for so long, I want to go back to my routine again. I want to wake up on time again, and I have to do the responsibilities that I have to do. And while we were in a break, we enjoyed our life, we had fun, and that's what you should do. And each of your every leave days and your holiday, that's exactly what you do. And when you go back, you notice that it gets harder. It's I don't know why, but it's harder than it should. Let's put it that way. It's harder than it should to get back to the routine. I I, I think you know that. I think you know that feeling as well. Like when you're just having fun all day long, and then it comes the responsibility going back again to when to getting to your routine to do your every single the task that you usually do every single day. But after a long period of leave, it's to get back to it, it's harder than it should. And that makes sense because again, discipline is like a muscle. If we use it consistently and train it consistently, it gets stronger. And if we don't use it for a while, it doesn't disappear. It just gets weaker. And the thing is, that doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Doesn't mean that. Wait, why is it harder than it should? It's not. It doesn't mean it's this. It's the fact. It's how it is. It's oh my gosh. This is like definition stuff. It's how it is. It is supposed to be hard. It is supposed to be harder than it should to go back to the routine that we usually be able to do every single day after a long holiday. It just means that you gotta train it again. We gotta train it again. And just like after going back to the gym after a long holiday, you don't expect yourself to be on that same peak level as you were before the holiday immediately. You rebuilt, right? We rebuilt every at that moment, and that's why we're here as well. We want to rebuild every single moment that we seem that we lost after a long break. And let me tell you the things that most of us do instead. We get hard on ourselves. We say, "What is wrong with me? Why am I so slow? Why can't I just get into it again? It's that easy. I've done it before." You get where I'm going? We we tend to be so hard on ourselves that it makes it harder for us to get back. And I know this because I've done it. I've experienced that. If I may say, if I may admit myself, every single time I've gone for at least at least 3 days of great, amazing, enjoyable days to get back into it again. It takes effort, and instead of recognizing that simply that I'm simply rebuilding the momentum. That's like what we do every single week right now, because we're building momentum. We want to make sure that we have a momentum every single week, right? Instead of recognizing that, we judge ourselves. I judge myself that I I'm not I'm not there as I was before. I want to get further ahead. I want to reach my end goal, and what I'm not even there where I was before. And that's the kind of mindset that's holding you back. That's the kind of mindset that makes it harder for us to get back. So here's the solution. Is you don't want to pressure yourself more. Because we all know those of us who are so hard, like the person who is super hard on you is yourself. Remember that. So the solution is not to pressure yourself more. The solution is to respect the process, to understand that it takes time to rebuild those momentum, to gain that momentum back. It takes the time, the effort, the process. So yes, you're not gonna be at your peak state as you were before immediately, but you will get there. Actually, in fact, let me give you a spoiler. You will be better if you overcome it. Discipline is not about being perfect all the time. Discipline is about coming back to your routine, coming back to your structure, coming back to become the version of you actually want to become. You do not need to fix everything in one day. You just need to train the muscle again. You just want to train again. Discipline is like muscle. You just want to train it again. You want to rebuild one habit, one routine, one decision at a time. So here's what I want to invite you to do. Here's what I want you to invite you to do. Get out your iPad, get out your phone, get a piece of paper, pen and paper. I want you to write something down. Let me read it so I don't mess this up. Discipline is not a talent. It's a practice. And what I want you to do, again, write it down again, write two things down. This is the second time. What is one routine that I will restart this week? And this is very important. I want you to look at my words, my question, word by word. What is one routine that you will restart again this week? One, not 10, not your whole life plan, just one. Because doing that one helps you rebuild that momentum, to build that muscle again. Because every time you return, you become stronger than ever before. That's the spoiler that I gave you. You will become stronger. It's because you keep coming back. Again, discipline is not a talent, it's a practice. And you can always come back to practice. So I hope that helps. Gets quite long today. I hope it helps you. I hope it motivates you, inspires you to keep going, to come back to where you were. It was okay. Just keep coming back, because if you do that, you will keep getting stronger than ever before. I hope this helps. Again, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you listening until this far, and I'll see you again next week. Aldo here. Peace out.